so this is our how-to video on how to study. And, well, studying is one of the major components of your schooling, because you study frequently, you do better on the tests you take, the quizzes you take, etc. Just jump right in. Quiz yourself on the things you've been studying to prepare yourself for your test or your quiz. And I recommend this because I do it all the time. I perform, go to my tests, perform, go to my quizzes, even essays I write. And when you quiz yourself on the things you're doing, you can put it into a real-world situation, or, if it's math, take a problem, figure it out by yourself, etc. It's very helpful. Another thing you want to do is get rid of your phone so it doesn't distract you. But if you keep your phone around you when you're studying, you're going to be looking at a book or, piece of paper with words on it that you're like, this doesn't mean anything to me, because, 5 minutes later you'll be on your phone, you realize the next hour you've been on your phone and you haven't got anything done.
Study is, move around. Research shows that if you study the same stuff in a different place each day, you're more likely to remember it, because, the mind associates what you've learned with that place. Another one is to write it out by hand. Now, there's different ways you could do this. You can write it out multiple times, you can highlight it, you can write it down in different colors to help you remember. It works for some, and it may work for you. Another one is to repeat it to yourself as many times as you feel necessary. If you repeat it to yourself, your mind is more likely to, if you hear it, your mind is more likely to capture it and kind of help memorize it. So repeating it multiple times, whether you're mumbling it to yourself or you're shouting, even though most likely you probably wouldn't shout. But yeah, it's really helpful. Another way is to treat yourself. And say you've been studying for a couple hours or maybe a couple minutes, and you're starting to feel a little bit groggy, you're starting to lose focus, you're getting distracted by different things. And so a good way to deal with that is to reward yourself for studying for so long. This helps beat procrastination. So whether you reward yourself by giving yourself a few minutes of game time, getting yourself a dessert, going for a walk, playing with your dog, whatever suits you as an award, it's best to do it. And another way is to listen to music. Now, it's more recommended that you listen to classical music, mostly because it's more likely to relieve stress and anxiety, and music itself is very relaxing, so it helps beat stress if you're studying so much. So maybe if you're studying and you're starting to feel a little bit stressed, just turn on some tunes, whatever song you like. Classical is more likely to relax you, maybe even some smooth jazz, whatever suits you.
And last but not least, you should study when you're sleepy, when you're about to go to bed at night, because scientifically studied, right before your head hits the pillow, fall asleep, it's good to study because your mind will maintain that memory and it will strengthen your brain throughout the night when you're sleeping. And when you get up in the morning, you'll have a better chance of remembering. So these are a few tips that I recommend for when you study.